All right, so I'm here with Kevin Powers at Powers Brewery, and we're getting ready to help Kevin sell this property and this business to move on to new things. And we're going to have a quick question and answer. So, Kevin, one of the main reasons, one of the main questions people will ask is, why have you decided it's time to sell this business?
Yeah, it's not. I think it was like a gradual realization for us, but I think the business has really like expanded in scope, and I think probably beyond like what our initial dreams were, and I think that in combination with having a 3-year-old at home, like kind of made us realize, I think there's potential here. Like we're extremely proud of like what we've done and the community that's here, and so for us, what's important is that like we've been here 10 years and worked hard and loved it, and like I'd like to see somebody else do that for another 10 or 20 years. And I think it just requires somebody who really is passionate about like all of the things that this place can become. And so that's I think it can outgrow us in that way.
Well, and another common question that you get when you're selling a business is, about your organization of your documents, your financials, your tax returns. Like, you've got an accounting background, CPA background. Like, are all your documents pretty tight and organized and ready to be reviewed by a buyer?
Yeah, we're good to go there. I think that was like I did a lot of that for my own sake, not necessarily in preparation for anything. So, yeah, that stuff's all good to go. I think the place is this has been our sole source of income for 10 years, and not that we live extravagantly, but like I think we've been able to like have a great life here, and it's been you know doctor bills and health insurance and all that stuff. So I'm really proud, frankly, of like the financial health of the business, and I think it's just a matter of continuing to evolve it, because it is that kind of space where you want to always be experimenting and looking forward and doing what you can to keep it healthy.
Yeah, another question you get often is, what are you going to do next? What are you motivated to go do now that you're planning on moving on from the farm brewery?
Yeah, I like very short story is like I kind of refused to do accounting when we started the business. I was ready to do something else, and I had a handful of friends that happened to all start small businesses at the same time, and I kind of between having the 3-year-old and having them wanting to help them, I've started to do some small business like tax accounting work, and I've really enjoyed it. Frankly, it's kind of reminded me of those first couple of years. They were many of them were in that similar situation. So yeah, I think between that and my wife's excited to do some education around ag and herbs and things. There's some programs that she's started to get into. So yeah, neither of us have ever like wanted for things to do or be busy, so don't have it totally ironed out, but it's not something that keeps me up at night trying to make sure we'll figure it out, I think.
And so, somebody that comes into, well, let me ask this question first. Like, this is a unique place. It's not just a brewery. It's not just a farm. It's those things among others. What do you think would be the most difficult thing to replicate if you were to start over? What makes this place unique?
I think having the community, frankly, here. I mean, I think that was the thing that like we kind of earned the hard way by being here. Being here every day, getting direct feedback about the product, about the space, about what people in this community kind of want or need. I mean, it's a neat place out here because you have people that there's not a lot of great third places, to be frank, in out here, and I think people move out here because they like the space and how beautiful it is, but they still need and want community. And so, I mean, I think that would be the hardest thing to spin up. That would definitely be the hardest thing to spin up. The other stuff, I think, whether it's the way that we do our beverages or the way that we do our events, a lot of that you can have a lot of creative direction with, and I think I don't know that any one small thing that we do is so critical that like it needs done exactly that same way. I think it's more just about like taking care of the place.
Mm-hmm. And then any buyer is probably trying something new. They may already own a farm brewery, but chances are it's going to be someone that this is kind of a foreign concept to, trying something new in their life. So as someone that's been running it for 10 years, you could offer that person a lot of guidance, advice. How long, or speak to me about like your willingness to help transition from your ownership to a new ownership, and helping that new owner along the way.
Yeah, so like the important thing and the reason we wanted to do it this way is that we want this place, kind of, not to keep repeating myself, but like we want this place to be healthy. So we are both completely open to like any arrangement. This isn't a here's the keys situation. Like I know enough about this place to know that that's not how it's going to work. And so I think like depending on who that person is, if they need help with this certain lane or that certain lane, the other thing is like neither Melody or I had any background in anything that we're doing here. She had a lot of kind of horticulture experience, so but other than that, like everything here was learned by us and could be learned by any smart person that's kind of excited to do it. So I don't think anything is technically over anyone's head, but yeah, we're totally on board to make sure that that this place is taken care of.